On Saturday, I woke up at around 6 AM to a bright blue March sky, so we decided to take the chance and go to the seaside, and we drove up to North Norfolk to our favourite local beach, which is in Wells next to the sea. Wells is a small fishing village on the northern part of the Norfolk coast, and there's a large sandy beach. We got to Wells about 10:30 in the morning. It takes about 2 hours to drive from where we live, so we spent the morning walking around the town. There's lots of little shops up the high street, and there's also the harbour right next to the town, so we spent some time walking along the harbour, looking at people crabbing over the side. We had traditional English fish and chips on the side of the harbour in one of the little fish and chip shops before we drove down the side of the inlet down to the beach car park. Holkham beach that runs along the coast past Wells is about 4 miles long and has a pine forest planted behind it to stop the sand dunes creeping inland. It's one of only a few sandy beaches along the North Norfolk coast, so it's a really nice part of this coast. One of the things this beach is famous for is the colourful beach huts that spread along the back of the beach. You can hire these from the campsite of the Holkham estate, or a lot of people buy them and they're privately owned. Started our walking along the shore line around the back of the large dunes. Along this part of the beach there's lots of shells that have been washed up, including the long razor clam shells and some of the smaller ones. see with the sand blowing off the dunes. It's a really windy day and quite cold, so we took shelter behind the dunes at the back of the beach and sat for a while to warm up. By about 3 o'clock the sun was starting to go down and getting near the top of the trees, so it's getting quite cold, although it still looks quite bright here, and the clouds were starting to turn a little, so we started heading back along the beach, and we walked along the top, along all the beach huts, and filmed some of those. To the east of Wells is Blakeney Point, which has the largest colony of grey seals in England, and this year they've had a record number of 2,500 pups. So we don't normally see them on the beach, but this one seems to have found a place to sit on a little sandbar just off the beach, so we sat and watched him for a little while.